Your hands when I say this, but you can't be a feminist if you are broke.
Adeife, I'm going to give you back your hand because I cannot let you hold my hand with this your teeth.
Guys is getting hated on social media because Adeife, people are saying she's rich baiting, but this was what she had to say.
Your hands when I say this, but you can't be a feminist if you are broke. Yeah, I know this is going to rouse some of you up like, ugh! But feminism is not just about tweeting and having opinions. It's about having options. And you do not have options when you don't have money. Yeah, I'm so sorry, but you can't fight patriarchy if you're still depending on it to pay your bills. See, financial dependence is one of the major reasons why women stay in bad relationships, bad homes, bad situations, bad jobs, because they can't live, because they don't have money. So the truth is, you can't be truly empowered if you don't have money. So you can't be a feminist if you don't have money, because how are you empowered without the means of empowerment? Money. Financial independence is the new feminism, because when a woman makes her own money, she has a voice. When a woman makes her own money, she can change the system. She can work towards changing the system. When a woman makes her own money, she has options. So instead of you standing there shouting feminism, 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 go outside and make some money.
Or if you're a feminist and you're broke, you're not allowed to be a feminist. Okay, Ade, if you say so. But a lot of people were not agreeing with her, and they came bearing lots of thoughts for Adeife. To all those that are willing to listen. Anyway, you guys, let's go listen to what they have to say, and I will be back.
Adeife, I'm going to give you back your hand because I cannot let you hold my hand with this your teeth. The fact that you think that everybody is upset or giving you side eye for what you said because of your tone, like, it's clearly not because of your tone, it's just your choice of words and the way you choose to place your words to say, oh, if you're broke, you can't be a feminist, and you still double down and said that sentence again. Like, that sentence doesn't make any sense to me, and I would never ever agree with you. There are better ways you could have put the word and you could have said it that wouldn't sound so out of touch. Because listen to this two sentence: you cannot be a feminist if you are broke. And in my own opinion, no, solely depending on a man for money is against feminism. You see how those two sentences are very, very different, and it could have come across very differently. I'm genuinely asking, do you think it's every single broke person that depends on men for money? It's not because of your tone. Like, if you like, you should shout on top of your lung. It's the words that are coming out of your mouth. Even if you have whispered it, like, if you're feminist and you're broke, you can't be like, we could have still not agreed. Nobody could have still agreed with you with or without that tone. Like, it's the words that will come from. I feel you had a vision when you were talking about this thing. You had a message you were trying to pass. The words you now used to pass that message did not just make any sense.
People are tagging me to the video. Of course, you guys have not tagged me yet, but you guys are telling me that there's a lot of videos on the internet right now talking about the fact that if you don't have money, you should not be a feminist, or to decenter men, you shouldn't talk about men. And it's so funny and laughable because people think that feminism is a luxury brand. Do you think it's Gucci? You think feminism is Gucci? Or you think feminism is Armani? Name your luxury brand. Define feminism again. Feminism is the fight for social rights. You don't need to either be for equal rights, I beg your pardon. You don't need to be wealthy or poor to be able to fight for that right. If you understand common religion, that people can practice religion whether they are poor or rich, you should be able to understand that feminism is a movement and anybody can practice it whether they are wealthy or poor. If you open your mouth to talk about the fact that feminists should be wealthy, you ignore the fact that poverty is also a feminist issue. Because we are talking about child marriage now. Don't you realize that it is the poor families that are being sent off to child marriage? Or you don't know that education plays a role, that people that are less educated are more prone to be married as kids than people who are more educated? Are you stupid, or you need me to tell you? If you're telling women that they need money to practice feminism, then you are shaming women. You are still perpetuating the same thing that misogyny is doing. So shut the fuck up or get out and close the door behind you. On centering men, I don't know why these same stupid men think that when you call out men is the same thing as centering men. If I come online to call out the things that men have done, it is me fighting against misogyny and patriarchy. But centering men, on the other hand, will be me saying, oh, I love men, oh, I want a rich guy right now, oh, I'm doing my makeup, I want to go and see a sugar daddy, oh. Every day when I come online, I'm doing things that cater to the fetishness, to the needs of men. I don't see myself doing that. Calling men out is different from centering men. If you center men, it means you are doing BBL. You are doing all of those many things that are pertaining to the sexual food. I don't know, the fulfillment is the word. I'm trying to look for the word. The sexual fulfillment. It means that you are catering to the sexual fulfillment of men. If you cannot go out without makeup, you cannot go out without your natural face. There are so many things that you do, and the questions that when they ask you that why do you do these things is because of men, then that is you centering men. But if I'm calling out men that they are rapists, if I'm calling out men that they are misogynistic, if I'm calling out men that they are crazy, how am I centering men? How am I centering men? Because how do you open your mouth to say that as feminists, why are we talking about men every day? Men are our oppressors. Please, are you crazy, or you need me to tell you? These people are the ones oppressing us, and we are calling out their oppression, and you open your fat head to say that we are talking about men every day. Are we talking about men in the way that we like them, in the way that we want to sleep with them? We talk about them in the evil that they do. So what don't you understand? How don't you understand? Are you saying if I talk about racism, I'm centering white people? Are you saying that? You can't be a feminist without money. Funny how you only value women when they are rich enough to ignore you. To decenter men, you need to stop talking about men. If men don't make themselves the problem, you think you're going to be the topic of discussion? You made yourself the problem. That's why we're talking about you every day. Money and power were hoarded by men. We need feminism so that women don't have to beg for money and power. We can exist without begging for it. That's why we need feminism. You guys have always made us beg. Talking about men in the form of misogyny is not about centering men. It is talking about men in the way that they are benefiting from the system. We're telling them that these are your benefits, and we are here to tell you that you have made benefits for yourself so much that it is only the good ones you selected for yourself and gave us the bad ones. So if you don't know the difference, please go to school or read a book. You are so you're too dumb for my liking.
It is, but you can't be a feminist if you are broke. Yeah, I know this is going to rouse some of you up like, ugh. But feminism is not just about tweeting and having opinions.
She's about to sell another course. There's nothing you tell me that I'll believe. She's about to sell another course, and the only way to sell that course is to squash on some ladies' self-esteem to get them to buy that course. That's what this is all about. Dear Adeife, feminism is not about bank balance or account balance. Feminism is about equal opportunity. Just simple and straight. Right to education, right to work, right to be treated as human. That's what our foremothers fought for. But it's a shame. You know, some of you don't even know that your mothers also fought for feminism with their very low and unheard voices. Why is it that anything that enters Nigeria, go divide them to faction? Now, there are so many factions of feminism in Nigeria. So there, and they see different waspos amongst themselves online. And now, I've now heard the crown of it all, that you need to be rich for you to actualize feminism. That if you're not rich, your voice cannot be heard. What's feminism? In a layman's term, feminism is for you, so long as you accord yourself respect, for you to be respected as a woman, for you to be seen as a human being, for you to have equal opportunity when it comes to working with men, for you to be heard, for you to have the right as men when it comes to voting, when it comes to education, when it comes to work. In a layman's term, that's what I said. Unless you want us to go deeper into this. Now she's saying that without money, that you cannot actualize feminism in Nigeria. Are you people kidding me? In fact, whoever that brought feminism into Nigeria, that person I blame. As he enters, some of them they practice feminism by convenience. Some of them they practice feminism by faction. Some of them, oh, go sis, hi sis. Some of you don't even know what you're practicing. That's why I see some of you as a big joke. Just to sell a course, which I know you're going to do very soon, you need to twat the very essence that brought you to where you are today. Why wouldn't it be so? If only Nigerian ladies know how to hold people accountable. I'm a girlish girl, but yet I have barely seen what she has done to promote girls, if not monetize whatever idea she has. Some of you just want to be on the same side. Let it not be that, hey, it's not me that they will say that talk to. It's only to come here and show you people how I spent 3 million, 4 million as a 23-year-old, 22-year-old living in Nigeria. Are you people kidding me? How many rich people's children do you see that do that? Especially girls that do that. If not that in Nigeria, we are suckers to our oppressors. If not, why should this video be making rounds on social media? And why are you people not calling it out? It is because some of you don't even know what you practice. It's got nothing to do with your bank balance. It's got nothing to do with your account. More wisdom.
Now let me tell you something. Feminism is very broad and it's very sensitive for anybody to come out and tone it down into money. Now, feminists are speaking against, they are speaking for the end of girl-child marriage. Children are getting married off to old men from the age of 6. from the age of 12. You see a 12-year-old, she's pregnant. We're talking about the abuse, about the rape, about the injustice that happens in our working system. You see women, and you see, if you come to a company, you see a man and a woman. The woman is even more competent than the man, but the man is earning more than her. You're a young girl, you go to a Lagos restaurant because you're not with a man, they'll look at you somehow. You're a young girl, you want to rent an apartment. The man will tell you, can't bring a man that will sign. I don't like doing business with a man. I don't collect a man's money. These are the things that women are fighting for. Women are fighting against domestic violence and the death and everything that happens within. And then one person will not come and tell you that, oh, if you don't have money, you cannot be a feminist. And oh, some people are saying that, oh, you are being too tough. Why the insult? So people need to be insulted. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You don't know. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It's not everything that you need to play with. It's not everything that you need to play with. So as I'm here and I'm talking about stop marrying out children or girl children to old men, because I don't have money, I should keep quiet. If the feminists that came before you did not speak, if the feminists that came before you waited till they had money, will you have the freedom you have now? You can do a BBL because we are saying, oh, you have rights, you have autonomy over your body, you have the rights over your body. I can wake up tomorrow and go and do a BBL. I can wake up tomorrow and go and pierce my eye because I have rights over my own body. That is one of the perks of feminism. If the feminists before now waited till they had money, will you have a bank account? If the feminists before now waited before they had money, will you be able to wear your short skirt and go out? Even the short skirt, but they're still wearing it today. They will still call you a shower. They will still want to grape you and make excuses because they're wearing that same short skirt. So feminism is a very, very, I feel like it triggered me because feminism is a very, very sensitive, it's a very, very sensitive subject for somebody to just wake up and cluelessly just make any remark. Feminism has nothing to do with money. Whether you have money or not, it is your right to seek for basic, it's your right to seek for, basic human rights alone. Whether you have money or not, you should seek for equality. Why will I be in a workspace with a man and a man is earning more than me? Meanwhile, I'm his boss. Meanwhile, I'm more qualified than him. Why will I want to go and rent a house and the landlord will tell me you have to go and bring a man, you have to go and bring your husband? Do you know how many women have died on the CS bed because their husband did not want them to go through? Do you know how many men have died in the hospital bed because their husband did not sign off their CS whatever? Men will tell you, if you don't give birth through your vagina, you're not a woman, and the man will not sign so that she will give birth through CS. That woman will die. Do you know how many? These are the things that feminism is fighting for, and people are talking about it. And that kind of take that girl, that kind of take that she has, is the type that will shut down some people up. If we're waiting for only rich feminists to talk, how long, how far until the change now comes? If somebody that's not well grounded in feminism and doesn't know what they're doing see that video, they will feel like, okay, that's the right thing. Since she has some kind of following and she has a kind of influence, I will need people to start keeping quiet over subjects that they don't know anything about. Because a random babe just growing up and entering and ushering into feminism, she might see that post and then she'll not feel like, oh, it's the right thing, since I don't have money, let me be oppressed. And the rich women, look at Tiwa Savage, look at Kamala Harris, look at Princess Diana, look at Serena Williams. These women are rich, but they still suffered. They are still suffering under the patriarchy. Are you not seeing it? So how do you bring patriarchy and bring money? It doesn't even make any sense at all. Whether it was a joke, whether it was a clickbait, you can play with any other thing. You can use any other topic and sell your ebook and play around, but not a. And feminism is very, very sensitive to me. Like I'm sure you know. I may not talk about it as much as others talk about it, but like, come on, I've been on the bad end of it. Do you understand? I've suffered from the patriarchy. All of us have suffered from the patriarchy. So for one person to come and tell you, you are being too sensitive. I'm not being too sensitive. Those children, those little children, 6, 10, 12 years, that are getting married to older men, they are not being too sensitive. This is what feminists are fighting for. If the feminists that came before you did not fight enough, we will not be where we are today. The little rights that we're even enjoying, we'll not even be enjoying it. So it doesn't even make any sense to have a take like that. It's a very, very funny take to have in this day and era.
If people don't like you on social media for one reason or the other, and then you say something and you miss a vital element of the message you're trying to pass, and for some reason your message sounds a little bit off, even though people who love you and even people who are neutral, they can kind of see where you're coming from. The people that were waiting for you before, they will latch onto it and tear that topic into several pieces. So there is a thing going on here on TikTok about a young lady who said, you cannot be a feminist without money. I think that's where she got it wrong. You may be a feminist, but you will not be able to practice feminism without money. How? If you are dependent on a man, you are going to do his bid. He's going to tell you to shut up and you will shut up because you have to eat. I think what she meant to say is it's going to be harder to be a practicing feminist if you don't have money. And that's on period. Regardless of what you think of the messenger, what she's trying to say. She missed the point. She missed that it's going to be harder. Like how are you going to say no? Because one of the elements of feminism is being able to say no, being able to say yes when you want. But you can't say no to the person who's going to feed you. You're going to starve to death. True? No? True, right? Yeah, I think that's what she was trying to say. Now, having said that, when you are trying to say something, try and be explicit. Think about how your message is going to come across. Once again, I think what that lady is saying, or what she tried to say, is that it may be harder to practice feminism when you don't have your own money. When you depend on people that believe in misogyny, they are going to practice misogyny with you, and you will follow through because you need to feed.
About tweeting and having opinions. It's about having options.
Adeife, I want to beg you in the name of God, don't put segregation into feminism. I want to plead with you that you don't put class into feminism, because the danger of what you are doing is going to be very, very great than what you are thinking. Every feminist today is fighting for everybody, every woman that they can fight to, whether be it a girl child, whether be it an adult, whether be it youth. So when you come up with irrational statements and say things like, if you don't have money, you can't be a feminist, you are not making any sense, auntie. I don't want to care whatever context you have to say. Because the armies that you guys are drawing for yourself, you want to segregate them, you want to put them into two. So what happens to people that will die poor? So they should not have a voice. So that means young people should be molested because they don't have a voice, because they don't have money. Now anything we enter Nigeria, when they destroy. I have searched, gone through different stages of feminism, and I have never come across a particular part that involves them calling money out. These people together as a whole, as an army, both young, adult, youth, come together to speak, having a representative. By the time you start separating class and say, oh, if you don't have money, you can't do feminism, that's what will bring about the withdrawal of so many people, because they will say, I'm not who wanted since we don't have money. That is what it means. We have seen men stand up for women. We've seen so many men stand up for women, and I'm one of them. We've seen so many young adults that don't have money stand up for women and use their voice. When you tell them that because they don't have money, they can't speak, then something is wrong. It shouldn't be all about money every now and then. What is it about this money thing? There are things money we do, but what of those that don't have? So they shouldn't have a voice? Is that what you guys are truly fighting for? If you want to tell women to make money, tell them to make money. But not everybody will make money, both male and female. Some people will be poor, so they should not have a voice. It is well, it is well, it is well, it is well. It is really disappointing to hear this from you. In all honesty. What the hell? Many people are fighting for these things for years. Going through different stages. I've watched so many videos on feminism, seen so many people. I have never come across the part that talks about when people that have money will work with money. People that don't have money will help them. You raise them. Then you come up with the term and say if you don't have money, you can't be a feminist. What?
And you do not have options when you don't have money.
On our power, we will not kill anybody. So because we don't have money, we should be treated less than men. We should be treated like second-class citizens because we don't have money. I understand advice telling women that, become socially valuable, become economically relevant, put money in your pocket. That way, if someone treats you bad, you have the option to leave. I understand that. That's what they phrase them. Now, if you don't have money, you're gonna be a feminist. How much do you have, man? If you get on like that, $1 for so that we will become feminists for your eye. Like you cannot be talking like a. I just God beg you. I hope this is just rage baiting, that you're just trying to use it to get money for your new class. I understand that everybody, it's a capitalist system, fourth stage capitalism for that matter. So I get it, but don't come outside boldly say if you don't have money, you cannot be a feminist. Don't make me laugh. This is the most absurd thing I've seen on the internet coming from an educated woman like you. Like, yeah, that's not impressive at all.
Hey,
Guys, no. This is a much problem, or this problem is much. Nigeria, which way? I don't if I don't enter. This year don't go finish like this. Bye. The day feminism enter Nigeria, she don't say that she don't jam case. She don't jam case. Guys, I'm not even laughing out of this is funny. I'm laughing at this is scary. Do you know what? Adeife said she came on Beyonce. This is the thing I hate to. We're all misbehaving on this Beyonce internet. This is why MTN is charging us Bala Blue. Glow is doing one, and we're all here wasting our data. And my babe said, "Oh good. Someone said she's trying to sell another new ebook." No. She actually came on this Beyonce internet and told us that you cannot be feminist if you don't get money. I say it's a ghost, yeah. As of right now, I was even feeling broke when I came across that video. I said, yeah, it touched my heart. I said, Oppression 101. See, this is the thing I need you guys to understand, okay? Money doesn't make you a feminist, and it's not evidence that you are a feminist. The requirement to become a feminist is not linked to how much money you have. And the evidence of you being a feminist has got nothing to do with money. Feminism is an ideology. It's a movement. It's a belief. Okay, you believe in the social, political, and economical equality of the sexes. What does that have to do with money? If any that you possess. I just need to, people have been dragging her, and I said that, do you know what? You actually deserve this dragging, because this is very much what classism does. When this is what men do, and I keep telling you, yeah, that when a woman has access to money and she behaves the way that she does, I just look at you and be like, so you do believe in patriarchy? Because patriarchy enables men who have money to oppress people, men and women who don't have. So this is the thing I need you guys to understand here. Like, her take was so wrong. And one woman now came on the internet that although the way she said is a bit wrong, her point is valid. I said, there's no point that is valid. None of her points were valid. Do you know how classist that is? Do you know what? If you take that and run with it, do you know what that means for poor women in Nigeria? We have 137 million people who are poor, of which let's say 50% is women. So let's say like 75 million women. We are basically enabling the oppression of poor women, because you're saying that you don't get to have a choice because you're poor. I get to have a choice because I'm rich. And let me tell you something. In that same Nigeria, rich women stay in abusive marriages. Rich women stay in abusive marriages. You've not seen the stories of rich women getting abused. Rich women, when their husband decides to divorce them, they literally live with nothing. But they were rich. The presumption of richness does not exempt you from oppression. It does not. In that Nigeria, it does not. Because guess what? Oppression, abuse is also mental. It's also cultural. You can see a woman married to a rich man, she has access to all that money. But let that man die. That man's family is after her life. She was rich. In the north, oh my God, don't even let me start on the north. Guys, you guys will be opening your mouth and be just be speaking one. In the north, a girl child from a rich home is just as much likely to be married off at the age of 11 as a poor person. Wasn't it a couple of years ago, a whole senator came online defending his stupid decision to marry a underage person? He came on this news channel defending his choice. Nigeria constitution prevents child marriages, but because states have not adopted it, child marriage is persisting, both poor and rich. And you're telling me what? That money does not give you. Money is a tool. I hear it, but it does not equip you enough to liberate you the way you think you can be liberated. Because if that liberation was linked to money the way we all think, how much charity has given to Nigeria, NGOs, Women Foundation, and women are still oppressed inside that country? Do you know how much NGOs have been receiving from international aid alone? No? Do you know how much just for FGM, female genital mutilation, that we are combating inside Nigeria? Do you know how millions that we've received? Yes, women are still oppressed. Women are still victims of FGM. Women are still, little kids are still victims of child marriage. But they had the money. They're equipping them. There are businesses that are out there that are helping women to come out of marriage. Some of women will still go back to court and defend that same man. Money does not do anything. We're dealing with systematic oppression, cultural abuse. You think money can get you out? See, some women who have left marriages with the money, is that same money that they used to go and make their husband look better. But we as true feminists do not oppress these women. We identify that social constructs affect their decision making. We need to remove cultural practices, cultural oppression that allow this, that make these women make these bad decisions. We combat that. Now you want to add classism? See, I read a lot about intersectionality. Please don't add classism to of all the countries to have classism. Nigeria is the worst. We cannot allow classism to exist. We have too many fish to fry. Classism cannot be one of our plague. Please don't bring this type of rubbish and badadash here. We don't want it. It makes sense. Liberation of a woman, empowerment of a woman should not be linked to financial thing. If anything, we should be removing the barriers, preventing women from education, preventing women from getting a job. That's true liberation. It's not about the quantity of money, because that is relative. We've seen poorer women leave abusive marriage. They did not have the funds. To leave an abusive marriage, to leave an abusive environment is a mental decision. It takes a lot. It has nothing to do with money. If your community can support you with money, great. Some women did it all by themselves with chicken change and 4 children on their back, and they still made it. And some women did it with so much money, and they didn't make it. I need you guys to stop. I need you. And some of these people trying to defend Adeife is like, oh no, I get what she's saying. Money gives you. I'm just like, so if you think you're not going to be oppressed because you have money, why is there still oppression in Nigeria? Do you know how many young millennial women that are making money but they're still oppressed? Excuse me. And this is the thing. Are you guys not reading? Jeff Bezos was cheating on his wife left, right, and center. An intelligent woman as that, she still stayed in a marriage. She only just divorced the guy just now, and she's donating her money that she got from that divorce up and down, doing good causes with that money. She stayed. She had the money to leave. It took her time. Please, Hillary Clinton, a whole woman that could have been president of America, she should not stay when Bill Clinton was cheating on her while he was in office. She not get money. Do you know who Hillary Clinton is? She not get money. Oh, and you guys be opening your mouth. You be opening your mouth if you don't have money. Rich people are staying in an abusive, cheating relationship. You are there saying poor people cannot be feminists. Are you okay? Please, everybody, let's be guided. Let's be guided. Okay?
Feminism, I've known someone who has really, come out and, start talking about feminism and, putting on your body and whatnot. But I feel like feminism, with the little I read about it, okay, is about you knowing what you stand for as a woman, your rights, and, standing by it. And I don't understand how that has anything to do with money, because as every sane human, you should know your rights, you should know what you stand for. But I feel like Adeife could have put our words in the right way. Like, when you are a feminist and you have money, girl, you'll be unstoppable. I think that would have made sense. Some people would have understand the angle that she's coming from there. Even though probably that was what she was trying to say, but the way she put it, but she's a content creator, and, just maybe she thought deep, hard, and long about it before coming out to say this, and she's getting the attention she needs. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.